Come on in. We love everybody in here. Come on in. I want to have a good discussion about this. It has been on my mind. And I just had to do a little research. Um, 'Cause this is getting outrageous, very outrageous. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Victoria Shea girl. I thought a new person had stepped up in here. I was getting ready to get real proper. Woo. Yeah, but crazy. Tell them hurry up for my free stream yard run out. They ain't even let me put my boy picture. Let me. I wonder, can I change my picture to his picture? Green screen, audio, camera. Um, now they let me put. Um. Okay. Okay. Uh huh. When it's all over, when it's all over. You my box of what? Okay. Give me just a second. Fuck, how you doing? I like that, the white Tupac. Oh, I like that. I don't I don't like dragging my feet, so we'll go ahead and get started. I don't know, Tupac, if you've heard about it. Or it's raining here and my doggone internet is really trying to act a donkey at shaking thing. But yet again, here we have another black man, unarmed black man. Wait a minute, hold on. That was Kitty just text. Not Kitty. Tag. That's my girlfriend, Kitty. D cop. I can't get my screen to turn back around. Hold on, y'all. Okay, as long as I can see y'all comments, then I'm okay. Um, we yet here have another young black male, unarmed black male, dead at the hands of cops. Mr. Rashad Brooks. He was sitting at Wendy's, and for whatever reason, he fell asleep in his car. Okay, they called the cops, and I'm not, I'm not going to play the video simply, but well, I will leave the links to the video clippings that I have in the description. And if you go to my wall, there is one already up of the actual event. Um, Of course, honest. Okay, let me tell you how it went down. They called. Um, I'm not using these right now. They called the cops because he had fell asleep in the car at Wendy's. Well, who's to say that he wasn't sick or anything of that nature? So the cops came and there was an altercation after he had gotten out the car. And in the process of trying to detain him, yeah, there was a scuffle. Yeah, he whooped the cops' butt and got away. And he was running from them. And they shot and killed this man in the back. Now, I do admit he was wrong for resisting arrest. But he probably was thinking, I may as well try to resist arrest or something's going to happen to me anyway. Well, they tried to arrest him because they said that he was he had had too much to drink. Is what they were saying. Even though witnesses there on the scene said that there was no sobriety test ever given. In fact, before I go any further, I have an article I'm going to read that is going to give you a bigger outtake or better look at what actually happened. But something has to give because if not, this is getting way out of hand because now rioting has started. They burnt down the Wendy's where he worked, where he was. Um, it's just I may read two different articles, but it'll be at two different times. I won't read them back to back. It will just during the discussion. Um, first I want to read the one about. Let me see. Why you can't ever find something when you're well, I'll read this one. Now this one is the most recent that I do want you to know. Atlanta officer fired after fatally shooting a black man. Rest in peace, Rashad. Is spray painted on a sign as flames engulf a Wendy's restaurant during protest on Saturday, June 13th in Atlanta. The restaurant was where Rashad Brooks was shot and killed by police Friday evening, following a struggle in the restaurant drive-through line. An Atlanta police officer was fired following the fatal shooting of a black man, and another officer was placed on administrative duty. The police department announced early Sunday. The move follows the Saturday resignation of Atlanta Police Chief Erica Shields, who stepped down as the Friday night killer of Rashad 27. And you will see her on that video holding the gun at Rashad. Uh, I guess. Okay. Okay. Rashad Brooks, 27. It sparked a new wave of protests in Atlanta after turbulent demonstrations following the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police has slimmed down. The terminated officer was identified as Garrett Rolfe, who was hired in October 2013, and the officer placed on administrative leave is Devin Brosnan, who was hired in September 2018, according to a release from police spokesman Sergeant Charles Sheffy. The police department also released body camera and dash camera footage from both officers. More than 40 minutes elapsed after the time Brosnan first knocks on Brooks' car door while he's in a Wendy's drive-thru, and when gunshots rang out, Rolfe arrives on the scene about 16 minutes in. The shooting is audible in footage from Rolfe's dash camera, and both officers had body cameras, but wasn't captured on any of the four recordings provided by police. Both body cams. Sorry about that. I blocked that number. Somebody was trying to call in. Both body cams fell off during the struggle that ensues when Rolfe moves to handcuff Brooks after speaking to him for about 20 minutes. Although Brooks is briefly glimpsed being tased after he's shot, protesters on Saturday night set fire to the Wendy's restaurant where Brooks was fatally shot the night before and broke traffic and blocked traffic on a nearby highway. The fire was about the fire was out by 11:30 p.m., but video from local stations showed it again. A flame around 4 a.m. Sunday, Atlanta police said 36 people were arrested at the protest as of midnight. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lynch Bottoms announced the police chief resignation as of Saturday afternoon. News conference had called the immediate firing of the officer who opened fire. I do not believe that this was a suggested use of deadly force, says Bottoms. And it reads on more that you can go to. Oh, but I did want to mention this right here. Brooks was the father of four and had celebrated a daughter's eighth birthday on Friday before he was killed, and she has not yet been told that her father is deceased. So as far as she knows, when she when her father left her birthday party, that he's still okay. And this was as of 3 hours ago when I'm reading. Okay. I would like to hear some of you guys. Hi, Chuck. Hey, Zero. Come on up, Zero, because this is a discussion. You know, I need somebody to speak on it. Anybody is welcome to come up and willing to speak about it. Zero, the person that got killed, his name was Rashad Smith, and he had fell asleep in the drive-through Wendy's. Um, If you go to my wall, okay, I got. Everybody want to text and call when you doing something. Um, he fell asleep in the drive-through window, well, in line at Wendy's. Um, they called the cops, which that's normal protocol for them. That that they were supposed to do. But when the cops got there, um, they talked to him for 20 minutes before they decided to try to obtain him. There was no sobriety test or anything. Now there was a scuffle. I will admit there was a scuffle. He got away from the cop. He beat the cop. He got a good punch in on the cop, but he got away from him, and he took off running, and they shot him in the back. Now, my question is, do you feel like, well, we all know you're not supposed to shoot anybody in the back that's running from you, okay? Do you think this is proper protocol for these cops, or are we seeing more repeated offenses of other cops? And I'm not going to say just George Floyd, because there's other people that has been killed by cops that were unarmed, were innocent, so forth and so on. No, let's see. Now, what is shucks? And actually, this time the suspect grabbed a police taser and tried to tase the police officers, so the police were actually in the right. Okay, the police were actually in the right until that man was running away from them, and he shot them, and they shot him in the back. Because if they were right, why do they not have a job now? Hey, Nadia. Okay, Zero's watching a quick clip of it. It was like me. I had to go back and really watch it first before I came on. Um. Okay. Decop says he wasn't doped up. He had just been drinking. And clearly, if he was drinking, he wasn't drinking too much that he couldn't whoop that cop's tail, well, that he did, and got away from both of them. Not saying that was right. Not saying that was right. But Chuck, how can you say that they were correct when this man actually, I don't know if you're black or not, but to a certain degree, this man might been feel like, I'm running for my life. Explain to me, how do you feel like it's right to shoot not just a black man, anybody from the back, and be correct about it? Right, D Cup. That shooting was unjustifiable. Exactly right. Okay, he says, I believe he could have got shot in a non lethal area. So you saying like maybe the leg, something to that nature? Maybe I can agree with that. Maybe I can. He wasn't. He wasn't regretting. He turned and tried to taser the cop. That's how twisted you people made this. Hold on, Chuck. Let me check you on something. First of all, you people all have a name. My name is Miss B Town. Okay. Second of all, I want you to go back and look at that video, and you look at it clearly. When that man was able to break away, that man didn't look back to try to taser anybody. Why would you look back and try to taser somebody that you know has a Glock on their side? Because if you taser one, another one is gonna get you. So that doesn't make sense. My thought exactly, Shay. Exactly. You people. Okay, Zero says he was shot in the back, Chuck, and he was unarmed. Are you trolling, Chuck? It sounds like it. It very well sounds like it. There's no justification for killing this man. So, Chuck, I'm assuming you can find some right in George Floyd death. And if you do, I would care to hear it. Hey, D Cup, can you
Okay.
hear me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh,
D Cup,
okay, for Chuck. Uh huh.
can you?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay, you can hear
Can
me.
you
All
hear
right.
me? Here's for Chuck.
I can
First,
barely
first
hear
of
you.
all,
Where your mic? I
you can
can
barely.
hear you. Can y'all hear D
It's on the
Cup?
computer. Uh, Doc, you can't hear me?
He's gone now.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
there.
He. That's why I was trying to get on here real quick because Chuck didn't know what he was talking about. And I was going to tell him for experience, just like I told the rest of them.
For some reason, I
But
can
no,
barely.
no, that's impossible because first of all, police are trained to we're trained to shoot to kill. You don't shoot to wound. Okay, so there's no such thing as uh, he could have shot him in a non-lethal area. No, no. First of all, no,
Yeah, keep
no.
talking. I'm to my laptop because for some reason I
Huh?
can barely hear D Cup. Keep talking because for some reason I can barely hear you. I'm gonna get on my laptop.
Oh, hold on. I I forgot to close the window. Okay. No. Uh, what I'm what I'm saying is police are trained to kill. They're not trained to wound. We're not trained to aim at the legs or the arms. Okay. So But this is what this is. And I just told him even before I knew what actually happened. First of all, the guy, the one that shot him, shot the guy and killed him. First, number one is you don't shoot somebody in the back. That's a coward move. That tells you that. Second, it tells you that the guy was retreating, meaning he was leaving. You had no threat. If he was running away, the threat is leaving. And if you shot him in the back, that's why it's not justified shooting. You can't shoot somebody. That's even like, say for instance, somebody breaking your house. Now I know they changed it for Texas. I don't know about y'all. If somebody break into us and you chasing them, if they're leaving, if they're leaving, you can't go shoot them because the threat is leaving. Same with him. Now somebody said, who was that talking about these thugs? That's probably the same guy. These thugs deserve the bullet. Whatever, troll. Um, the same thing. If that guy, those, if it was two police officers fighting that guy, if two police officers couldn't handle that guy, they was trying to tase him. He took the taser from one of those police officers and two police on that one guy. He took one of their tasers and he took out running. One of the officers, I don't know what happened to him, but the other police officer took out, he was chasing it. The guy was looking behind him and he turned around as if he was going to shoot the taser, but he didn't. And then that's when the guy shot him. Now, the problem, his problem was, and why he got fired was, like I said, you can't shoot a person that's retreating. He's leaving. The threat is no longer there. So you can't shoot him in the back. Two, he probably was worried about how he's going to explain where is his taser. How he going to explain that to the chief, or to the captain, or to the lieutenant? You mean to tell me there's two officers and he took a taser? So he rather shoot the guy in the back to get his taser back. Which is more important, that guy's life or your taser? And evidently, for him, his taser was more important. So he shot back. Now, I'll tell you a story that happened to me. And that's why I can tell you I know what I'm talking about. When I went to the police academy, before we could um, graduate, we had to do what was called scenarios. You would go to this land that the police academy have, and they set up scenarios. One of the scenarios I had to answer a call to a somebody's house. They had a family member that was schizophrenic, and the family member, the mother, something was afraid of the daughter. She was in the garden and she was out there being manic, swinging a hoe or something. So I had to answer that call and I had to do the right thing. I had to, figure out what to do to get this weapon out of this woman's hand. So one of the officer, the lieutenant, was going to be my partner. So I had to do all the talking and try to talk this woman, get this weapon out the hand and talk this woman into getting in the car. And me, one of the officers, I hear echo. Was going to be my partner. that you. So I had to do. I had to. I hear echo. And try to talk this woman. Get this weapon out of the hand and talk this woman into getting in the car. And me. I hear echo. Be down.
I'm trying to
I
let me
hear echo.
okay, wait a minute. Let me close this stuff out. I just got on my laptop. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Uh huh. But anyway, so I had to I had to I started trying to talk to the lady and she wasn't listening. So here I am. I'm a rookie, so I didn't know. I had no clue what to say to this woman to try to talk her into giving me this weapon. I kept trying to talk to her, and she just kept on humming. She was just humming, uh, and and I thought, oh my goodness. So she started coming at me, holding, with the whole up, and I'm going like, what the hell am I gonna do? And so all of a sudden she just stopped and she went back to hoeing. And then I thought, okay, what am I gonna do now? And I'm trying to talk to her. I didn't know what I was doing. Then she up, and I'm all of a sudden she got the hoe and she went toward my partner. And when she raised it up, I didn't know what to do. I thought she was, you know, she was gonna kill him. So I pulled my gun out and I shot her. Well, I shot her in the back. And they said, oh no, you shot the poor woman in the back? You can't shoot her in the back. I was like, why not? She was gonna kill you. It was like, you shot her in the back. That's a coward. That's considered a coward move if you shoot it in the back. Well, I didn't know. All I knew, she probably was gonna kill you with that hoe, and that's the only thing I could think of. I was a rookie. I didn't know. So that's why when that happened, that's the first thing that I said. First of all, you can't shoot a person in the back if they're leaving, if they're wrong way. Now, even though this psych patient was not leaving, but the fact that her back was turned toward me, away from me. But the thing was, if I knew then what I knew now, and I was a rookie, I didn't have any experience. I would have, I would probably have fought her rather than to shoot her in the back. But I was a rookie and I didn't know then. But now I knew there would be no way that I would shoot somebody in the back that's running, because they could have tased him. It was two officers there. They could have tased him. They have a billy club. I mean, they have the club. They teach you how to throw that club. You can throw it a certain way, and it will trip him. He would have failed. So they could have used that. They could have used the club. Well, he evidently he wasn't fast enough to outrun the guy. And then the main thing, if you could not run the guy, let him go. Bottom line, it's okay. You can't force everybody. They're going. I mean, I've got my ass whooped. I've got my ass whooped in plenty of time. It's okay, you know. but they know I've been there, and that's the only thing he had to do. But he would rather take somebody's life. For what reason? Because the guy didn't do anything. He fell asleep in the. They say he fell asleep in the drive-through. He went to Wendy's. He fell asleep in the drive-through, and people had to drive around him. He had been drinking earlier. He just came to grab some food. Okay, he didn't do anything. They took him out the car, questioned him, asked for his ID, then asked if he would take a breathalyzer. And then when he was, really didn't want to take one, and he went, hey, if I leave my car parked, I'll leave my car parked here, and I can just walk home, if anything. Then they want to put handcuffs on him, and as they were trying to put the handcuffs on him, he decided, He probably thinking, I probably end up dying in their custody, and he took a running. And then they got him down on the ground. And what was amazing to me is he both of them on that ground. And they had the taser on his leg like they were gonna tase him. He he put both of those guys, got up and took out running. And then you shoot him in the back like a coward. So yeah, there was nothing justifiable about that. Not at all. Yeah, that's why he got fired so quick, because it wasn't justifiable. You can't shoot somebody in the back. So,
Like I
they were. Mm-hmm. What you say? Where'd you go? You come on back up here. It seems like you always get knocked out when somebody's up here. No, but I wanted to get Chuck. Chuck was some white boy was, was talking what he didn't know. And then they got him down on the ground, and ain't no way in hell that he was.
yeah,
They had the
yeah.
taser on his leg like they were gonna tase. He he put both of those guys. Got
Oh,
got running, and then he hit him in the back like a coward.
that's why they shot him because he whooped them. That's basically why they had shot him. Because other than, I mean, what
Out
was the
there,
crime? He fell
out there in
asleep in his
public,
car.
he didn't do
Why
nothing.
were you even
He didn't
trying
do
to detain
anything.
him? Right, he had not did a
They,
thing.
they didn't have a reason. They didn't have the reason. So yeah, there was nothing justifiable about that.
None
Not at all.
whatsoever. None.
Yeah, that's why he got fired so quick, because it wasn't justifiable. Yeah, he didn't. You can't shoot somebody in the back. That's right.
And he couldn't have been that drunk because he had just left his daughter's birthday party. And,
They were.
and she
No,
just don't
he
know
was.
this is
He
something to
wasn't
see.
drunk.
She didn't,
No, he wasn't drunk.
I don't
He
know.
wasn't drunk
What did,
because when he got out, he wasn't stumbling.
oh, Keep talking. I'll come back
Come
in.
on back up here.
I am. I am.
Seem like is that that's a replay? You, are you gone again? Or was it? Yeah. Oh yeah, in chat. In hell.
All right.
Hey, the world.
Can you hear me, D Cup?
Are you back?
Yeah, now I can. I've been trying to figure. I was working on. I couldn't hear what you were saying. They could hear you, but I couldn't.
Oh,
That's what I was working on. Hey, the world. Thank y'all. Thank everyone
oh,
for coming. Despite that 1-0 done through it. Zero worse than a sniper. He don't play. He get you out of here. But yeah, they were wrong in all aspects because you don't get fired.
that's
Like I
why
said, you
they
don't get fired on impact.
and that's why the chief why the chief resigned. She knew
Right,
she knew that
right.
she have had what did they say 48 uh shootings since and
Mm-hmm.
this year this year 48 or 58.
I
She
think it was 48.
yeah and from the last shooting that she had, which was what a week ago, I could tell she wasn't made for it. She was. I think it was taking a toll on her. She didn't know what to do. She looked weak.
I mean, the man was only asleep in a drive-through line. Sometimes line is
Trying to
long
get
enough.
something
You
to eat. Mm-hmm.
can. Wow.
So so
Anyone else?
she resigned. Yeah, she's going to stay employed by the police department. She's just going to do something else,
Mm-hmm.
which is I guess that's. I mean, it's good that they'll let her do that. Most departments wouldn't. Now
Sure.
they say she resigned, but I don't know if she really resigned or did the mayor hired her. Made her step down.
Well, in the video, it's a black cop, female cop, that was standing there with the gun on him, and you can hear an innocent bystander asking him, "Don't move, don't move. They just shot my boyfriend." And never mind, forget it. That's my next story. I'm doing getting my stories mixed up. Never mind.
Oh,
Go ahead. I forgot that was a daylight shooting. Go ahead.
mm, yeah. So
It's just
yeah, that
it's
was that was
happening
crazy.
way too much, way too
Mm-hmm.
often to unarmed black men. What is a taser gonna do? If he did grab the taser, he not gonna give her one.
I think
The rest of them, he'd have 50 bullet holes in him.
it wasn't gonna. That's the thing. If he did tase him, more than likely it wasn't gonna do anything because he got his vest on. So big deal. It would not have penetrated his skin un, unless he accidentally shot him. Shot him in the arm or something, which more than likely. running and doing it, he wouldn't have. So he just effed up big time. So
Yeah.
he'll be looking at some charges like the other guy from
And what I wanted
what
to
was that
say to
shit?
that guy, in case the guy that was in here,
Mm,
that got blocked,
yeah,
that second one,
yeah,
he
yeah.
made a statement saying y'all thugs need to stop causing trouble. If you are
Oh,
listening,
police.
go back to the video that I put up yesterday of the female that her boyfriend shot her. You wonder who that last picture I put up of that white guy. Guess who that was? The boyfriend that had stabbed her. Now, how is there any thugs in one color? I guess the way you was making it seem like all thugs are black. Well, they got killed the black girl yesterday.
So, oh,
He probably still listening. Whoever the
oh,
troll
did it?
was.
Oh, yeah, he probably will. Mm, yeah, I must miss that one. I didn't hear about that one. There's been so many.
I know Zero. He
Hmm.
was sitting next to me though, because I hate when they put us in a bubble and make it seem like we're always wrong. And God knows how are we always wrong in the cops' eyes. An unarmed man just doesn't make sense. You know, yeah, if he had
Mm,
some kind of weapon, but nothing, and he was running away. Mm-mm.
mm-hmm.
You just need to catch him another time. Just let him go. Have his car towed. He's gonna search his car down. He gonna look. He's gonna find his car. Even though by that time you still have no charges against him, other than resisting arrest.
Yeah,
That's the only thing they would have had against him. And they might would
and
still have
you
job
and
today.
you and they probably dropped him because they had no reason to arrest him anyway. I
Right.
mean, you didn't see him driving the car.
No.
He was asleep.
And he talked to him for
So
20
long as he
minutes.
was asleep.
He talked to
Mm-hmm.
him for 20 minutes before any of this started.
Mm-hmm. So he didn't
It's
have any.
insane.
He didn't commit no crime. He
No,
didn't commit no crime, so he didn't have
no,
any. He didn't have no charges on him.
no.
But
He sure did.
he,
That
his
man.
ego just got him. His ego got him. That
Mm-hmm.
he outsmarted and outwhooped both of those cops. Took his
Yep.
taser from him, and they was going. And the police buddies was gonna laugh at him. It was gonna
And
be
see
on the
now,
police. It
it's
was gonna be
starting
on the
riots in Atlanta
they
because they over there
burnt
burning. They
down
burned down the Wendy's.
windows. Mm-hmm.
That
I
Wendy
said,
drive through
dang.
where he was. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It
I said, not
simply
the
started
windows.
riots. That's probably
And
not the only riot it'll be for that either.
well,
It'll
they
probably
say
be
the reason
several more.
I was asking why did they do the Wendy's, and somebody said because Wendy's um donated money to Trump to his presidential campaign. So did McDonald's and Pizza Hut. So,
Oh, okay.
mm-hmm. That's why they burned it down. So hopefully, Pizza Hut and McDonald's and maybe something else. Yeah, it was three or four of those. That's why they burned it down. They
They
say,
burnt it.
hey,
Why now?
huh?
Why'd you
What
say
is
they
that?
burnt it? Why did you
Because
say they burned Wendy?
they donated money to Trump's presidential uh, his presidential campaign.
Oh, I thought they burnt it down because that's the same Wendy's George was. I mean, not George Cobb, forgive me. Rashad was there where
Yeah,
all
it
this
is.
happened.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was for both
Okay.
reasons. And in Taco Bell, that's the other place. Taco Bell. All those um, donated money.
Okay. Okay. Um, I was yesterday. I was mentioning. I don't know who's seen the gentleman's panel last week or not, but they did a little segment when they spoke on George Floyd's funeral. Some of the accusations was that's the longest funeral ever. What did this man do to deserve Al Sharpton preaching his funeral? Uh, oh, and the professional entertainers that were there didn't do their best job. Well, let me start with this. Neo had a hard time getting through his song because one, he's a young black man. It could very easily happen to him. And he sung that song that everybody sings at a young person's funeral, and it's hard to say goodbye. That's a tough song to get through at a tragedy, you know, funeral, especially of someone of a black guy or anybody that something has tragically happened to. Um, the lady with the corn with the dreads. I'm not sure who she was, but she did wonderful. Kimberly, I have heard her at her best, but here again, this is a funeral that touched a lot of people. So it wasn't an easy thing probably for her to get up there and sing at that funeral. But it bothered me that they were kind of making little of it. This man lost his life for no reason with a cop's knee on his neck. I understand when they say, people have been killed by cops before and Al Sharpton didn't preach their funeral and this, that, and the other. What difference does it make? I'm just glad that Al Sharpton was willing to do that. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
that Neo and um, Kimberell were willing to sing at his funeral. I watched
Yep.
all three, and the one that they had here in North Carolina in Rayford, which is down by Fayetteville. Wait a minute, who was this? I don't know anybody by the name of Wink Montello. Okay,
Hello.
it's another person backstage now, but I don't know who that is. Hey, the world,
I
how you doing?
I could barely hear you. I'm gonna drop out and come back on. All right.
I'm doing good. Glad you jumped up here. Well, where did he go?
He said he was
I don't know.
Doing something he was
I don't know
coming
who
back
that.
on.
That's a troll other person back here.
Probably a
They'll
troll.
just be back there.
He's
Um,
probably a troll.
let me see. I think this is the world. Here we go.
How you doing,
Lord,
Esther?
let's see.
How
You
are you?
there?
I'm here. You hear me? How
Yeah, I can hear you.
you
Yeah.
doing, D-Cop?
Can
Hey
y'all
now.
hear the world?
Yeah.
They can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
You know
In
what I
here.
think it is like honestly to me personally,
Let
I think
me let you talk, world.
huh?
I want to hear your thought. Yes, world.
All right,
I'm
you
gonna
want
mute, see if I can drown some of this wavy sound out while you talk.
all right. You ready? All right. I think now someone calls. Hello? One second, one second.
Well, I guess it wasn't my internet, huh? I don't know where. Maybe he'll come back because I wanted to hear what he had to say. I mean, it's almost scary for black. I mean, being a mother with sons and being in the age range of these guys, it's scary. It's really scary.
Yep. That's probably what made that guy fight to get away and to run. He probably thought he probably ended up like what's his name? Floyd.
Wait
If
a
they
minute, who
took
you
him to
talking
jail.
about? Wait a minute, you
Huh?
going in and out too. Hold on. Wait a minute, you going in and out. Let me mute while you talk so I can hear you.
Can you hear me? You hear me now? Be down. I guess you can't hear. Can you hear me?
No, I muted myself, D-Top,
I
while
heard
y'all
you.
talk. I'm trying to drown out some of the
Oh,
extra noise that
oh,
we're
okay.
hearing. Okay,
Uh,
go ahead.
okay. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Dora.
All right, I just wanted to say in a regular person's life, in my lifetime, I seen two people be killed in my face, like right here. I think for them to show a video of a man basically being murdered in such a way, I think just elevated this to a whole different level. To see him suffer and scream and his life leave his body in the street like that, seeing this man basically striking a pose on this man's neck like that for so long. I think that's the reason why this like everyone is coming out, because I hate to say like this man had to pass away for this movement to start, and everyone is just like sick and tired. But then again, it's like with all these cops and mayors and all this other stuff, I also believe some of it is bullshit because they know what's going on in their city. You know what I'm saying? They hear, they get reports of everything that happens in their city. Why is it now that a movement is worldwide? Now, why is it now you want to put whip to the horse? That's just my thought. I just quit driving. I'm gonna listen, but I gotta do something right quick. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, okay. Uh, the world. He said he had to do something, but yeah, yeah. What he said is right. But I think, like I
it
said,
looked like
with that
what?
song, change.
It looked like what?
Oh, I, I will be in a minute. Okay. Uh, go that way from me. The I forgot what. No, I was saying the world. What he had said. Uh, I I go with him, but he's going to. I think it's going to change. Uh, we can't do anything other than change. It's got to change. It has to. Don't have a choice but to change. Remember, I was telling you about the song. So it ain't. It can't do nothing but to change. Hopefully,
If I go out, it's
I don't
raining
know
here. If
when.
I go out,
I don't
I'll come
know
right
how.
back in.
Okay, I ain't gonna be on here long. I just stayed on here. Came on here to tell Chuck, give Chuck why he was busy running his mouth.
Chuck, and then he came back at some other name. What was it?
Um, uh, Palooza, that woman,
Something stupid.
what's her name?
Something stupid.
Marisol Palooza or something. Hmm.
What was the world saying? I
Yeah.
missed the last part. I got knocked off.
What was she saying? I can't even remember what it was. He was basically saying, well, let me see. Let me think about. You know better than ask me.
Can somebody is world in the chat? Okay, somebody tell me in the chat basically what he was saying. I missed the last part because I got kicked
Yeah,
off.
that's my mind. I,
He made it.
she,
There he is down here. I see his eyeball. Oh wait a
he's
minute, no,
down there.
that's the old one. He
Uh,
should be back.
where'd Zero go?
Zero, you want to come up?
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Tell him come on up. I'm gonna
I
get up. I stayed up all night. Hmm. He coming up.
I'm getting ready to put the yeah. This thing got me bothered. We losing
Oh,
too many
good
black
night. You'll be
guys.
listening. 'Cause
Unarmed black
let me
guys.
see. He said he got in order for the movement to move forward. Oh, yeah, that's what he said. Basically, talking about the next week. Man, that, well, right. And that's I had told somebody last night, early this morning, that it it had to change. Um,
Uh,
I
birth
I
the
think
nation.
I think that I really believe it has changed, or it is
I
changing
agree,
now,
not.
and it have no. I don't care. My wallet boy.
Agree.
It doesn't have a choice but to change.
And then,
Um,
and
it
then
has. I
Nadia,
mean,
now here
it
we
can't
are
go
with the
backward.
second, with a,
Hmm.
I was telling Nadia, and now here we are with the copycat situation. Well, once again, people videoing it. It happened right before their eyes.
Shoes. Well, for a dollar. Cheap. Not shoes like
I
Mama
mean,
gonna
why
get
didn't they
some
use their rubber bullets or bean bags or whatever it was to knock them down?
Well, they didn't have. You talking about what the guy went one?
The one from Wendy's,
Oh,
Rashad.
oh,
Rashad.
but they don't. Yeah, but they don't care. They only get those the guys that do the routing, do the crowd control. They the only one that have the bag gun. Everyday uh police officers, they don't carry those.
Okay, so that's not an everyday
Mm,
use for them.
uh-uh,
Oh, okay.
no.
Well, if they were gonna shoot, they
Yeah.
could have shot him in the leg or whatever. But like you said, it was their ego. They didn't get to beat him down.
Yeah.
He whooped two cops
And you
and
see how
ran.
many cars? Did you see? Did you see how many cars was in? They couldn't. They wasn't gonna just let that black guy let all those people see him uh beat two cops up, take their taser, and then run and get away from it. They had to do something.
Can you imagine what your fellow coworkers would say? That's what they're looking at. But now what is your fellow coworker saying? Why they punching a clock and you not punching one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stop.
What
Why you
fellow
hearing a
coworker saying? Huh? What you say?
I'm hearing a male's voice every now and then. Am I the only one hearing that? Never mind me,
No,
y'all.
not
I
at,
may
I
be.
don't. You hearing things? Um, yeah, yeah. It's got to change. It doesn't have a choice. It can't go backwards. It's got to go forward.
Yep.
Got to
Yep.
change. And I see a change, and that's why I was trying to get the name of that song. "The change is gonna come," because the change is happening. The change, yeah, it's gonna come. It's happening now. Look how many white people did. Probably didn't get a chance, but if anybody seen, look how many white people were out there about this guy. What was his name? Whatever his
Rashad
name, Brooks.
Brooks.
There was
They
a
said it
lot
was
of white people
organized.
out there.
They said that it was very
Huh?
organized. They were saying that
Yeah.
it
And
was
there was a
very
whole.
organized because they put the white people on the front
Mm-hmm.
line and then put all the black people
And,
back there.
yep.
It was some thought went into that.
Uh-huh. And you know why they put the white people on the front?
Yeah, because they ain't gonna
Huh?
shoot so quick with them. They're
Thank
not
you.
gonna shoot the white people as quick as they
And
will
what
the black.
happened? And they did what? Wallet. No, I don't have
And for the white people to be willing to do
a
it,
shade on it.
lets you know that they're wrong. That lets
No,
you
that's
know they're wrong.
Jay's wallet, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, and they put the white people up front so they wouldn't abuse them, if they got rowdy and they didn't do anything to them. They respected them and they didn't do what they would do to the black people to the black and that
Wow.
shows right in there the difference.
And it's gonna take more than just talking about it. It's gonna have to take action. Um, and unfortunately we are just the little men. I mean, what really can we do? Sign petitions, things of that nature. But then you have your
Well,
bigger wheels that could do more.
I
That
think they really
could do more.
they really doing a good job. The people that live in those states, I think they doing a good job. They doing they doing what that had never been done before.
And see, I think as long as, or whenever they do start, to give the police that commit these crimes the right punishment behind the fact, then this stuff will slow down. Because beforehand, it was just a smack on the hand, which simply means
Mm,
they let you resign, and all you do is you go to another precinct and get a job. I mean,
uh, that
they need to go to prison just like the next person needs to, if they do the same thing.
mhm. Yeah, if they take somebody's life like these officers have been doing lately, yeah, yeah. If they commit murder,
Hmm.
yeah, they need to go. Yeah, they need to go.
Hmm.
And yeah, they're not gonna put them with the general population. They're gonna be that's that's worse than being in general population. They're gonna be uh they're gonna be put by themselves. That's worse. 'Cause you got 23 hours a day all by yourself. Every you get 1 hour out.
See, and some
Uh,
people can't.
and
Some
if
people
some
can't.
yeah, it'll drive them crazy. But
Some
hey,
people can't
you
handle
if
authority.
you kill yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
being
Some of them
being
ain't
a
gonna make
cop
it.
or having a higher rank position as a cop sometimes goes to people's heads, and it causes them to go overboard. Is what it does.
Can you
A lot of
can you
people can't
imagine
handle it.
those police officers' wives? Can you imagine how they feel it? What
You
they
keep
what they going through? What they think got? I don't. You can. Oh, you can. Can you hear me? No.
you're going in and out,
Anytime.
huh?
I don't know what it is.
It still says they need general population. Yes, put them in general population and let them deal with it. Put them in general population and everybody turn a blind eye. Decom, you going in and out for me for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know what it because I'm on the same computer. No, this is different.
It's like when you
Well,
talk, the longer
yeah.
you talk, it gets better. But when you say short stuff, I can't. It'll break up, and I can't hear you.
Oh, we just
Yeah, they just need to conduct these with these cops the way they do with any other person that does this stuff on
yeah,
the street.
yeah, because they have really committed some bad crime. Uh, I just can't imagine going to prison. I couldn't do it. Well, I say I can't do it, but is Zero coming up?
I'm gonna have to go and watch my own record so I can hear what Decom saying.
Oh, I say, is Zero coming up?
Oh, he's coming up.
No, I was asking you, was it? You still can't. I don't know why you
We
couldn't
need.
hear me. You can't.
Now that time I heard you good.
Oh, and maybe because I was mumbling. They tell me sometimes I mutter and mumble.
Yeah, they need to taste the how it feels to put your life in danger.
Hmm?
I mean, it's almost
Oh,
guaranteed. If you get
oh
stopped
yeah,
by a cop being a black guy, you gonna kill.
yeah. Oh, and those officers from Chicago, that chief have found out. So I think it was about what 13 of them that broke into that senator's uh his building and was popping his popcorn, eating and making coffee, laying down,
Oh
and
no,
yes,
no, they must have
and
been
got caught
hungry.
and got caught. They supposed to been out there protecting and serving, and they was in the. I don't know if they broke into his building or it was already broken into. I wouldn't put it past if they didn't break into it themselves. And they was in there sitting down, lounging, sleeping, stretched out, head on the desk, eating his popcorn, drinking his coffee, and while the rest of the officers out there working out there
See,
in the street,
see,
all white cops, three supervisors. It was
mm.
embarrassing. But that chief is a black woman, and she
Yeah,
look like she don't play. She don't take no mess. She ain't
yeah, she
playing.
sure do. She
She
sure
said, "We're
do.
gonna
Like,
find." She said, "We're gonna find you. Might as well come and turn yourself in." I said,
and
"Ooh,
you know another one that I think was real. It was a bizarre murder. Can't think of her name right offhand, but I think New York is where it happened. She was a cop herself, and she and her boyfriend was sitting in the apartment looking at TV. All of a sudden, her door, I guess they hit it with that big thing to knock it in, and she took what close to 50 bullets to herself. They were
you're not talking about."
supposed
I don't know who that.
going to somebody else's apartment or something, and wound up in her apartment. Wait a minute. This woman is a cop. Y'all ain't have no idea.
Yeah.
Y'all had no idea that she was a cop.
No, that's why. No.
And they just go in there and open fire.
And see, I don't. That's hard for me to believe because if you ever watch SWAT, they know
Yeah.
they go and check out the address before they even go um and hit the house. I mean, so the police know the address. I don't know how they make that kind of mistake. Mm,
Now,
they
how
don't
did they
even.
hit
They
the
don't.
wrong house?
Yeah.
How did they hit the wrong house? And somebody should have stopped and said, wait, this is so and so before she took so many bullets.
Hmm.
But they never thought about
Yeah.
that. There's another guy where him and his wife was having an argument. The next door neighbor called for a wellness check because of the argument. And they wind up shooting and killing him. And they were just having an argument. She was deaf, but she had learned to talk. And he was an amputee. He only had one arm. They were just having a normal relationship argument. And they killed that man for that when he came in because he refused to go. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not going. They want him to go with them.
Mm.
Oh my God. Wait a minute, just got a text from a family member that's sick.
Mm. Oh, I'm gonna let Zero come up here and chit chat with. I don't want nobody. I don't want to see them. Are you gone again? Oh Lord. I guess I will show you back now.
Where you at? I don't see no picture.
Oh, I'm back now. It popped back. I was about to say my picture gone there.
I don't see it, but it's probably my phone. Which I'm going to end this live anyway because I'll be back with another one later that I'm also researching.
Okay.
And I'll be back with that one.
All right
Go
then.
take your nap, D. So
Okay.
you'll be up.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks,
All
guys,
right.
for
All right.
everything
Now
you do. I
Zero.
couldn't do it.
I have a good one.